we should be live and broadcasting this game between CryptoFist and WYS. And if anyone in the chat can confirm that they're hearing us okay, that would be really good. Since we're obviously want to make sure you're hearing us.
I see video now, so that's an improvement.
Yeah. See, it's interesting because I think it's showing. I think with the multi-Twitch, I'm not sure how many people are actually in the chat or not. I don't know if they're just watching both. But either way, it'd be good. Can anyone confirm? Let me post in like the Slack. Just say. They hear. Test 1, 2, 3. Test 1, 2, 3.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Okay, good. Wayne, can you hear me? 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to pass it to Ryan.
And you can hear me? Testing 1, 2, 3.
Okay, great. Sweet. All right, so
cool.
Welcome everyone to live stream here. This is Jared Napolitano. I'm here with Ryan Serson. We are covering Game 3 of the 2020 World Championships. This is the first pod that started at 4 a.m. We're now at almost 8 a.m. These are Eastern. This is like the European pod, so it's, let me do this. It would be, it was, what do we have, 1400 almost CET time. We have this matchup between CryptoFist and WYS, which are Ziemowit. I apologize, Skwara. I know he's from Poland. Great player, a great European player, and great player in general, really. And then Tom Kelly, of course, who was runner-up 2 years ago at Worlds 2018. Playing ISB operations is Crypto as Dark. Tom is playing Watch Your Step, which is probably one of the least surprising decks. And let me pass it to Ryan here on kind of to set the stage of this matchup.
Yep. So the ISB is a little bit different than what we've seen with the, I guess, the reload builds from New Allies this past summer. This is a more traditional Coruscant system start, and/or shield to pull a couple guys, move over to Tatooine. I'm not sure if we're setting up an executor or anything in space. Yeah, I'm not overly familiar with this build. Most likely.
Yeah, this looks like the Baroni build.
More standard.
Although Baroni, but it's got established control. But it starts the OG Coruscant and Endor Shield. See, I would bet. Although we have Fondor, so no, yeah, interesting. But yeah, I think this matchup's very even.
Tom's got a pretty standard Watch Your Step. Farm Polar, Walk Lanes, Squadron assignments. Let's see, Crypto got a couple effects out turn 1, Decree, and Justice, it looks like. I saw Surface Defense to pull one of them. And now he's starting his second turn. And I'm taking it both of these guys are 2-0.
Yeah, 2-0. This is the top, second top pairing. But I think at this point, I shouldn't say there's all the 2-0s are even. I think people are matched up randomly, all the 2-0s. Yeah. Hang on, let me just try something. If I mute me, I just want to see if you can talk. And if Wayne can hear you. So I'm going to mute myself. Okay. Can you just talk for like 20 seconds or so? And then Wayne, if you can, please confirm you can hear Ryan.
Okay. So Crypto pulls Commander Majeric, Mergic, however you say his name, who then downloads Kashyyyk. So we'll see if Crypto's also got in space this turn or not. We're leaving that system open. Wayne didn't get that at all. Do I come across okay, Wayne? Multi-twitch sound. Sorry. How's that? Does that sound any better? Testing 1, 2, 3.
Test
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Can you hear Jared now? Ryan, can you hear me now? Ryan, can you hear me now?
Yeah, so crypto just stacks.
Okay, I don't think you can. Good.
With
Okay.
those guys and then passes the turn.
Okay, all right, I'm back. So yeah, I just wanted to make sure if I need to mute with between the dog and the toddler. Okay, cool. So I can focus now. But if I go on mute or step away for a second, I'll be right back. So yeah, first turn Justice out is interesting. That sets him up well against Watch Your Step, but of course there'll be spins probably to get through. Hey, we got Steve Baroni in the chat. You probably saw the Coruscant. This looks like I said it was the Baroni build, but I don't think he usually plays established control. It's usually mob points. Or it has to be mob points, I guess. Probably a little better now with Throne Room less potent in the meta.
Yeah.
Interesting start. Yeah, I feel like the ISB is one of the better matchups against Watch Your Step. It just can go wide. I remember seeing, I think Tom was playing Shaw in a Road to Worlds matchup. It was a really close game. I actually think Tom might have won, but it was really tight.
Yeah, I do remember that. That was more of the, I guess the New Allies build kind of tweak for, I think it was heavier space.
Mm-hmm.
Shooter now and commands. Yeah, it was a close game.
Mm-hmm. So Tom searches, I guess, for Kessel, gets to verify. Now he's going to flash Myrax's ship, Pulsar Skate. So in the first matchup, it looked like there was a handful of Hitcos. I'm just thinking of the meta so far. We saw a Watering Hole EBO, which was wild. And that was playing against Invasion Blaster Droids. And then last game I did Bastion versus Timo, which was Bastion was playing CCT Flip, and Timo was playing Diplo, and that was a pretty convincing win for Bastion. It was interesting. I didn't see him playing the He's All Yours Bounty Hunter interrupt to move for free, so either eluded him or I don't think it could really elude you because you're activating one, you're pulling it. So either, and I didn't see like a first turn verify, but so we see Luke Last Jedi go to the King.
The deck list was like 6 Hitcos and 7 hunt downs in this heat, which is kind of surprising for the Euro heat.
Yeah, I saw a handful of hunt down Vs. One was playing against QMC, one was playing against Legend, I think. So yeah. Alright, so Tom's now in 3 Battlegrounds. Crypto's not flipped yet. Obviously Tom is. He's got a pretty healthy hand with 14 cards, so I'm sure he's got plenty of evasion. Yeah, I wonder with this build because slip sliding away is just so good, and I feel like that's what really propelled ISB to the Tier 1. And to not play that, I wonder what the trade-off is. What you're really looking to do. Just not give up 2 Battlegrounds right off the bat, but you pulled Kashyyyk and Fondor. Maybe it's, like you were saying, it's just heavy space.
Yeah, not giving up Republica is... not giving up that second battleground can help, I guess. Depends on matchup.
It did look like interesting. You might have saw on the forums. It looked like there was a bug on Gemp where Anakin Skywalker V allowed the light side player to move Prophecy away from the Ewok village, even though Luke was there. And it wasn't caught for a couple of turns, because obviously that's something that if you catch it immediately, if either player or both players catch it, you could just revert and say, hey, don't do that. But it looked like it was several actions. Went down a rabbit hole before they were like, wait a minute, how did that thing move? Alright, so here comes the attack of Cantina versus Luke. No force active, so it's got to be a dodge. But this is pretty risky because you get a Lana combo or a Git combo.
I was going to say, yeah, you'd assume dodge, but yeah, ISB's got answers to that.
Or like Kier, although he doesn't have the force to still deploy Kier, so. I mean, he's got a Hujix worst case scenario, but.
There's dodge. Oh, and also dies because of the react.
Wow. Even have to react away. Huh. Good thing he's got justice for any type of counter beat now. Yeah, I've seen with the Watcher Steps now, that third effect, it might not always be, must be allowed to speak. I've seen a couple different items, like Instruction Aim High. I've seen that we didn't hit it for the extra activation. Talked about this a little with the CCT game about, these sources of activation that aren't actually locations really add up. I think that was something that I remember hearing. Like Legacy got pretty wild. I don't think we're crazy, but there's definitely a good amount of alternative activations that aren't just sites right now.
Yeah, we didn't hit it was interesting. So I think one of the first games I saw back in play was against the Monkey Ties deck. The +2 deploy for 90 star players actually came with that. It's a neat interaction. So he moves Vader over to help protect this counter beat from Tom.
Alright. So we might be switching. I think Dan is doing this game, but with kind of that restart, I closed the Twitch, so I couldn't see the multi. So we might be heading out of this game. But I just want to confirm that. Hey, can anyone in the chat tell us what the other games are showing? I definitely do not want to be showing something that they have.
The main channel looks like it's Bastion and Chetwall, CCT and Hippo.
Oh, okay. Alright, so maybe we're okay. Dan just said switch now. I wasn't sure if he was saying I'm going to switch now or you should switch now.
Okay. Yeah, good one's got a TTO and EVO.
Oh, that's right up his alley. Those are his two favorite tags.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think we're good.
Okay, cool. Alright, so we move Vader over. Looks like Tom whiffed on pulling the new Han with the Falcon. We got Wedge. Okay, alright, so now I got the multi-twitch back up. Good stuff. I'm just going to pause them though so they don't stress my computer out unnecessarily. But yeah, if anyone in the chat at any point sees anyone on the multi-twitch covering the same game, let us know so we can be sure to switch it up so we're bringing the most amount of games possible.
Tom's done a Kessel run. It doesn't occupy the system yet, so in theory it could be canceled.
Mm-hmm.
ISB decided to run Alter, which I kind of doubt. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think we're good. Okay, cool. All right, so we move Vader over. So we might be switching. I think the main channel looks like it's Bastion and Chetwall, CCT and Hippo.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we're good.
Yeah, the few times I practiced with this, it always took me 4 draws to get to the over the 12. I feel like that. I think we talked about this as a team. I feel like that's a huge swing, just that extra turn. Because then you're doing it on the opponent's turn, right? You're plucking the last one.
Yeah, he got some good draws on that one. And then Luke runs away.
But now, so dark side can pay to drain for 3 and 2, right?
Yeah, I assume Tom has a control at least for one of these.
Or worst case. Yeah, so he controls the 3 and then just probably not it's a hit because he moves away from the system, but and he's not going to want to play. It could be worse this early in the game with the grabber still available.
Full resistance if he wanted to.
17 card hand if he doesn't have a control on there.
But he's going to cancel it.
Wow. So he does pull ultimatum. Yes, maybe. So he does control it. That was interesting.
Yeah, there's control tunnel vision.
I mean, my first thought with that is I wonder if he doesn't have Menace Fades in there because, you know, at least this turn you can maybe hold off on the shield. You might not need it. Although I don't know what else you might need it for in this matchup. You need your force shield for, that is.
Cool. Yeah, I can't think of anything for ISB. Josh is going to go to Tatooine with the stalker, shuttle some guys up. Probably full zone resistance. No? So he's going to get drained free at Kessel. Unless he moves over in front.
That's crazy. 16. So I don't know. I feel like right now this might actually favor Electric Step just because they have like tricks to mitigate the damage. I know ISB can obviously get the retrieval in, but like they're going to complete the Kessel run soon. And they're threatening a little more damage.
Yeah, this upcoming turn.
I wonder if it's a question lately of how many ships is ISB playing. Are they playing 2-star destroyers, 3-star destroyers? Are they playing Mars ship? So Ryan, do you have any creative ideas on how we're going to give away our exclusive Worlds bonus or booster pack with whiteboard or foil V13 card?
Oh, we have prizes.
Yeah, we got to give away prize and give it out on this. Let's do it on this stream in this game. But I was thinking maybe some type of like Star Wars CCG trivia or first to get it in the chat type thing. Or maybe like just Star Wars trivia in general. Probably more Star Wars CCG.
Yeah, I have to think about it a bit.
Yeah, no. Ruminate on it a little bit.
Still waking up in a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, I think this came up on one of the Goblin streams once, is I think there's only like one capital starship, at least one light side, or maybe 2 with hyperspeed 5. I guess maybe the wild card has it. Then also like luminous, stuff like that. If there's some unique aspect of the card. There's some talk of ancient watering hole earlier, so maybe something in the species.
Yeah.
Dan made a comment about it. Hopefully they do add that feature in there too, because now, anybody who's playing ancient watering hole, they're constantly like, wait, how many species do I have out? And same with the opponents. They're probably too like, wait, is that thing turned on or off? Because it's not always crystal clear. It'd be good if it, like, when you click on somebody.
I was looking at the sites to see if it's drain +1 or not.
So, oh, wait a minute, I take that back. I wonder if Adam did this like really recently. It is there. That's awesome.
Yeah, species shows on the card info. Yeah.
Is that new?
I think he did it after V13 dropped.
Wow. Well, I apologize then. Okay, awesome. I thought that it wasn't there yet, but that's great. All right, so both players in this matchup have their force shields out. It's Tom's turn. He's got a 16 card hand. He's got 16 force active. I wonder if he's kind of thinking, do I have to kind of put on some more pressure, maybe go a little wider, or do I just want to sit back and let him make the next move? He's going to retrieve his 4 with, or no, maybe not. Oh no, it's automatic action. So if I was him, I'd almost want to put another card in my lost pile if it has some utility. But he played the control tunnel vision from Lost. Yeah, so. And with only 7 cards in his hand, but the ISB is sneaky because you have Wolf and Tritum, and well, Tarkin's already out, but
right.
The card hand or the force active is deceiving. So I wonder if his use pile pull was. It looked like you. Did he whiff on flashing Han a second time? Yeah, I think he did that last turn too. So I wonder if that was his grab with Lando.
Han and Talon, Tatooine. Castle Run will get completed, so Han will add a Battle Destiny, so that's 3 there.
Mm-hmm. He does have an Admiral, so you wonder how many commands are in there. Oh, well, and he has the Justice, of course. Mm-hmm. But a spin... Spin is what, 6? Number 6, yeah. So you'd have to spin and draw like even that wouldn't kill both, or it wouldn't kill the ship, obviously. I'm sure. Well, here comes another verify. So he whiffed on the I can't shake him. Interesting.
Oh wow.
None in that 21 card reserve deck, and only 8 other. That's really weird.
You think Trita might be there? Bandolay.
Wolf, Evax, like a whole bunch.
Yeah, Wolf and Justice. I don't know how many.
Oh yeah, good point. Let's see who else is on Elsic. All right, so he's interesting too. So I wonder if Barrack's floating around. It's just there's a lot of builds, a lot of directions ISB can go. Go the troopers and go heavier space. It can go kind of like that 31, 32 card character or 32 character. That was played a lot this summer.
So the battles takes part off Justice. There's the spin. This is going to kill both guys.
So like we'll be immune. Yeah, just but yeah, I just wonder now the line of play of is he going to be able to punch back at the system? Guessing no. So then does he retreat to like Fondor? And then he's just trading 2 and 1. Or yeah, 2 and 1. At best case scenario. So he's got Lando there, no force save. So again, it must be another dodge in hand.
Well, Lando could just go back into hand.
Oh, that's right, because they play the best run. That's nice. Jeez, yeah, that's solid. And then with Vader there, he doesn't have to worry about like Vader coming down and blanking him. Or the minute that Vader deploys there or moves there, he would do that anyway. Or more so deploys, even if it wasn't out already.
Yeah, I assume we'll move over just to block the drain of 2 there. And then maybe Lando ducks back in the cantina and gets some backup.
Vengeance, Ozzel. Alright, and your first guess here is maybe like moving into attack position. Right? So now Wolf comes, so that prevents dash from reducing.
It's surprising this seems to be all Imperials, but no enforcement that we've seen yet.
Yeah, I wonder what tricks he has, because right now it doesn't seem like an ISB with like the most identity. It seems as it's kind of got a little of everything. It's got commands, but it's got justice. It's got a couple troopers, but doesn't have a lot of troopers. It's got a few star destroyers.
Other than Piet and the commander, it seems like it's been pretty close to the standard build, just with some different starting effects.
I'm just going to post the updated multi-Twitch link to the forum so people have that. We just have so many places to put stuff between Slack and Discord and forums and Twitter and the GIMP lobby. And, Facebook. Alright, so we got battle here. You know, Hyperscape's not coming because he's not the Force, so you know, Dash is, you gotta assume he's going. He's forfeit 7? Yeah.
No moving to attack position either.
Probably as a Hujix worst case scenario. But.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let's see. Lost my. Update the matchups at the top. Alright, so Tom is immune.
Tom is peeling.
Is he going to peel a full 10?
Peels a couple and then loses dash.
He preserves the ship. Use Vengeance to Kessel to stop that drain of 2, I guess, at that point, or now. Consolidating the Star Destroyers. I wonder if he ship docks now to make the Stalker follow a little more potent.
Doesn't move in front of Lando, so that's a drain of 2, 2 and 1. Well, with WYS with ISB, it's 1, 1, 1. Zero. I did say it was still early.
Yeah, these heats are pretty wild, and I think this weekend Skwara. I think I got that spelling name right. I sure hope so. So we get a retrieval, got a shuffle. A lot of cards on the table now. I feel like both sides' play forces aren't tremendous. Maybe this can go either way at this point. So just in case anyone was watching is curious, so again, this is day 1 of 3. It's 98 people on day 1 across 4 heats. Everyone who goes 4 and 2, no matter their strength of schedule or different, there's no differential. It's just SOS strength of schedule format. Advance to next Saturday, and I think that's estimated to be somewhere between 30 and 40 people are going to finish in 4 and 2. And then from there, they'll play another 4 games, and then they'll cut to the top 8, which will be match play. And then the strength of schedules for day 1 and day 2 are going to be, I guess they're going to have to be weighted in some form, because you can't just, I don't know if you could just simply
I'm not
add
sure
them.
how that works. I know your record from day 1 carries over, so if you're 6-0 today, you're 6-0 going into next weekend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm curious on the kind of weighting approaches with that. All right, so a couple 4 strains here. Comes a wild card. I think it's really good that they eroded this back in, was it March, when they dropped the deploy from 5 to 6. Like, no one was playing it at 5.
Yeah.
And they just made one tweak to it. It was just the deploy calls coming down by 2, and I think it really changed a lot about it. So we got Rio. Another smuggler, so now we got 3 smugglers on this thing, so that'll be battle. That total battle is going to be +3.
Assume he'll spin for 6 with skate. That's going to kill 2 guys or Stalker, at least.
Mm-hmm. So we got an interrupt. The spin. Yep. Nice. He draws a 5, so there's going to be a lot. Is that 3 things, or 1 dude and 1 charger? Or Stalker and
I
a
think
dude?
Stalker and 1 guy.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So he's fully immune. See, yeah, it was interesting because Watch Your Step, 2 months ago, it was just not nearly as potent. I don't know if, obviously, a lot of the buffs from V13, but I think just some of the other changes too, like Court getting hit a little bit, Hitco keeping Court down a little bit, because Court's a decent matchup for Watch Your Step, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and it's not being seen as much because, like you said, Hitco is much more prevalent, so that helps. And so now the question is, does ISB have a 3rd destroyer or anybody else they can throw in space, or are they just going to be on the run?
So he moved them away, so obviously he's got plenty of forfeit on that wild card. He wants to make sure that he's threatening more damage. That Kashik Drain might be his best, that'll be 2. Okay, alright, so is Mirax out? Yes, so now he could loot that if he wanted to. That's trouble for crypto.
See what he grabs with Tarkin's bounty.
I wonder, what do you think you might be digging for here? Probably the other starters for? Whoa.
Right.
Interesting. So, it's probably pops Landa back to hand, right?
Yeah.
Although,
Yeah.
he might have run Luke run. Oh, but then Kier would just cancel it.
Mm-hmm.
Or, even if he baited that out, maybe, and then can he pick up Landa inside the battle? Yeah, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oops. Let's try that again.
You can play run Luke run, just have Kier cancel it, and then go back to him.
Yeah. And then he could play run Luke run on his turn offensively, right?
Yeah.
Probably, I kind of think he should have moved Vader there, right? Because then at least you force.
Yeah, I thought he might have done that last turn and
Yeah.
kind of forced the issue, but I guess he had to put everything in space.
Mm-hmm.
So then it's going to exchange for a card and then go back to him.
And he's gone.
Sneaky guy.
All right, so I think I have my
Vengeance will run.
I think I have my question for the booster pack giveaway. So we'll tease it. Booster pack giveaway. Booster pack with exclusive. 1 minute. Give a heads up. My question. So I'm really curious how long this 10 a.m. pod goes today. I wonder if there's just going to be... Hopefully there's no lag with the system with the overlap. But it could be 8 hours in the best case scenario. It could be 12. I mean...
Yeah, because this is game 3 and we're 4.5 hours into this heat.
Yeah. This is going a little faster than I was expecting, which is good. If it ends on the sooner... I definitely I need to bounce around 10. I don't think I could start another one if it starts after, like...
Yeah, I'm kind of anticipating a 10 to 12 hour heat. That's what why I picked 7 a.m. tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Try to get done relatively early in the day.
Yeah. Yeah, so with that said, I wonder if there probably will be more games than tonight, because I'm going to be able to bounce back on. I'm planning to bounce on this afternoon in that 1 to 4 range with Eric Hunter for a game or two. And then I might even be able to do more this evening after my daughter goes to bed.
Let me know. I'm not sure if I'll be around or not, but most likely.
Yeah, this is all fun stuff. There's a lot going on. It's interesting seeing the decks. A little slightly nerve-wracking to be like, oh, what did I do? All right, so let's do this. So I'll do first person to name all 4 Inquisitors in the chat. Get the booster pack. 1 white border foil plus 12 other virtual cards. The arts and crafts done ahead of time. That's always good, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So this is now really starting to look to favor Tom, right?
I think so. Yeah, he's going 5 this turn. ISB 1. Well, looping it to hits 2 and 1. Yeah, I think you're fine with this right now.
Yes, I don't know if you saw that, but Kendall had a very, very, very close and nerve-wracking game, too. He was the last one to finish. It was down to like 1-1 at one point, and I think all the other people in the pod were just watching in the chat and rooting, obviously. Hey, let's finish this up. But those are the types of games that You really take a deep breath if you win them, and then you're really kicking yourself if you lose them. All right, so Lando is resurrected now on Endor.
Yeah.
That mechanic's kind of a pain. And I kind of thought this was heading towards ISB not putting out any sites, any battleground sites. I wonder what the activation.
That's kind of a Pico card, I guess.
Yeah. So he's got 2 1-0 docking bays. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like, what am I missing with the activation package? Like this. I mean, I guess he's kind of fortunate that he's gotten the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 from light side, right? It just seems a little light.
Counting up my head.
Like Wayne's our loyal listener right now. So yeah, so this might not end immediately, but it kind of seems like this is a turn that crypto has to do something.
Yeah.
All right, we got a Walker versus Lando.
Lando can't go back to hand again, but I assume he's got Blast the Door or something from the exchange on last turn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and plenty of force active too, so he can play anything from his 6-card loss pile, which trying to manage all this stuff. I have a hard enough time remembering what's in my lost pile when I'm playing as Watch Your Step, but running a stream and kind of making sure that the communications are good in various channels. Yes, the ninth. I wonder the ninth sister plane. It's got to be. That's obviously Watch Your Step.
Watch Your Step or
no
PLC,
idea.
yeah.
But the thing, Watch Your Step has like a sneaky amount of like ability 4. You got Malos, you got Kira. Obviously Luke. Some people are playing like the Space Luke or the Farm or Rebellion's Hope Luke.
Might be a Obi-Wan.
Yeah, I feel like there's one more, but I guess Kira goes a long way as ability 4 because that was one of the vulnerabilities of Watch Your Step. Right? Well, no, because Malos and Theranet both, and Les Lomi all kind of stopped that whole cloak blank stuff.
Yeah.
I know Wedge is a Brian Fred card. But it was maybe one of these other Watch Your Step boosters might be a B Fred card. Or no. What am I thinking of? James Barnes. He must be. I think it's Les Lomi. Or Ellers. Maybe it's Ellers. Where's he at? Yeah, B Fred. Love B Fred.
So Vengeance moves over to Kashyyyk. I think Tom caught Dash back. I know we were cheating with Walkling, and I think we got him with Mirax or is about to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll be curious when. I wonder, will Adam be able to do it? Yeah, he'll be able to do it after the fact. Or he might be able to just do it via GIMP on like Monday. I don't even have to wait for deck list. But interested in like the matchups, the decks played, the most common matchup, the most lopsided matchup, all that cool stuff that he did for the OCS.
Yeah, I like the card breakdowns too.
Mm-hmm. I was like the Leia breakdowns interesting. Sometimes the Han breakdowns interesting. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if ISB watch it. It's got to be one of the top 3 most common for the however many games this weekend. It's obviously 2 really good players here, so interesting matchup. But there will probably be a lot of ISB watchers too.
Yeah, I mean ISB is still right up at the top there.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a solid bet for most light side matchups. This one obviously hasn't really gone its way, but in general it's still great deck.
Yeah, and that's where like I was talking about like the identity of this, like that beat squad with the trooper assaults and the 30 some characters, like that obviously was like your opponent, makes a mistake, you're gonna punish them. Or if there's ones that are just like super strong space, like executor package, that can really maybe it's probably really tough for it to kick Watcher Step fully out of space. But for something like Legend, well, I mean they'll turn the immunity down, but just the different routes. And this one's interesting now because he has the shuttle now too. So he's got Justice, he's got the shuttle, he's got a couple Star Destroyers, he's got a Walker, he's got Troopers.
So like a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Inquisitors.
Yeah. Yeah. Inquisitors too. And then we got Mess. He's only got 2 cards in his hand. If he's able to get rid of Tarkin here and overflow him, 8 cards in his hand, he plays another character. And you know what? I would bet that Tom has Chewie in his hand. Right?
Yeah, it seems like
he's probably slow playing it because then he could just drop him as a react too, because he could be defensive. But then he shuts off the retrieval. It's just huge power with 7.
So there's Dash for Destiny, so he's not coming back out on Outrider this turn. Unless there's a used pile pool, which Chewie would get.
Okay. So I'm gonna say, Wayne, you're eligible if you want to chime in on the 4 Inquisitors. I wonder if it's kind of interesting now with people doing the multi-Twitch. How much, and people probably doing other things that might have it on mute. That's why I try to type in the chat. But what was it like before? Well, I guess the multi-Twitch has all been a function of online, really, right? Because we've once had like 2 streams at a live event.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I never used the multi-Twitch much, but it's been nice this year for sure.
Yeah, it's called the NPCA in Texas. Okay, Wayne, congratulations. You get the booster pack. I will tell Dan. And I imagine there's 13 different.
You named all 5. You said 4.
Sorry, was that right?
He named all 5 Inquisitors. You just said 4. So I think
my bad.
That, too.
Yeah, there are definitely 5. I wouldn't have gotten it right myself. For some reason, because the Inquisitor, the Grand came out, like 3 sets ago? I guess in my head.
He's kind of forgot.
But he's the one who works with Grand Moff Tarkin too, right? None of the other 4 leaders.
Right.
And him getting that Destiny boost and Hunt Down V is really nice. You're not stuck drawing a 1. That becomes a 0 against Ahsoka or.
Meanwhile, we got Battle in Space. Tom gets a total of 10 for Battle Destiny, so that's going to be about the end of Chateau in Space.
Yeah, and then there's Barrack. So so they got Biker Troopers too. When I used to play ISB, like I played it like 1.5 years, 2 years ago. I felt like I was always looking for more agents. I just feel like I always probably had too many red cards in my builds. But because the Stormtrooper patrols are so good, they came out in virtual set 4, so they're probably like maybe 3, 4 years old, probably 5 years old.
Yeah, it sounds right. So he battles Tarkin, pops the Kree just to get a draw. And then Luke will transit over to Endor.
Yes.
Lando.
So that was a good play, right? He just kind of played it out to not save, worry about hitting him because with the Kree and maybe no more characters. And maybe he knows he has a Gick or something. He didn't want to. Alright, so the other games, we've got a Shadow Collective versus a Hitco. That's what the main channel's doing. I don't know who that is. I can't see. Maybe I'll make this a little bigger. Just I know Tomas has been providing updates on who's winning, which is very helpful. And then Goglin's still on. Looks like the TTO versus EVO. But life course counts in this are pretty equal, but it looks like Lightside has much better port position. And now Vengeance is going to have nowhere else to run, right?
Yeah, I'm not really sure how ISB is going to answer. Well, wishing that Luke stayed at Tatooine. But I guess just who gets out if they battle Lando.
This Discord screen, I can't figure out a way to hide the contacts because they can be bigger, our faces. Here comes Elsa.
Another card comes down to Endor.
So now, with only one saved, it's not going to be a Chewy React.
Could be Blastador Kid still.
Yeah. I like that card, but there's just so much anti-barrier stuff right now, and Blastador controls gets it too.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I like a narrow escape. And that I think only works if they're ability greater than 2, maybe, or maybe only if they're a rebel. It's one or the other. Maybe I'm thinking dot dodge is definitely got to be ability greater than 2 to subtract.
Yeah, and I assume worst case Tom's got a Hujets in hand too.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't imagine he makes that play without 2 stop gaps.
Just put more fire back in Vengeance. And there's Barrett.
We only got 1 force left, though, and only 1 in reserve. It's not going to be able to battle up both spots.
This is Mirax. It must just be a Hujets.
Let's try this. Here, I'm going to hide that Discord and maybe do this Discord. Right, so he plays the Hujix.
Transits everybody over to block Luke. And then Vengeance isn't in terrible shape because Tom's got to be out of spins at this point. All 3 are stacked.
Right.
Tom Can, sorry about the mess again from loss. He wants to fight here.
Oh, what just says? Yeah, that's a free transit, right, from Endor with Imperial present. So Tom's up 5 in total life force.
Thinking about how much to activate.
There's that 3, but resistance will cap it.
Well, I didn't realize Justice is empty now, so spins don't really matter. 2 draws.
All 3 of them. Another mess.
That's 9 sister.
So just looking at the results there, just to keep everyone filled in case they're only looking at this one, but Bastion won over Kieran to go 3-0. Ricard over Darren. Paul Myers won. Paul lost his first game to, I'm pretty sure it was London Sean, I think. No, it wasn't London Sean. It was, where's Paul? To Grady. Grady was playing Hitgo. And Grady had a lot of stuff on Atlantis, so he was holding on in space, which is obviously really big for Hitgo in that matchup. But now, so now Paul's 2-1. CRG 1. He is, I believe, 2-1.
2-1.
He lost his first game. And you know who's 3-0? No, he's not. I'm sorry, he lost to Tom. I was going to say James Martin, solid snack. He's 2-1.
Oh, is that who that is?
He's a returning player. I know he's a returning player. Good guy. I'm pretty sure he said it's his first.
There were a lot of new names on the registration list or names I didn't recognize. It's going to be an interesting weekend.
Yeah, and one factor with that is, so I saw someone time out. They definitely would have won a close game. I think it was maybe Adam CFC. But they were up, but they were down like 18 in the timer. But they would have won a close one.
Meanwhile, Tom just clearing the docking bay here.
Mm-hmm. It was Alex Main. Looked like he was playing pretty well, but so that's something that a lot of these folks who might be a little newer to Gemp, that some of this stuff might be, they might sneakily use up that timer. But yeah, so this will clear the site. Yeah. And now crypto's down to 8 life force.
It does run away from the sheet. So Dark get 2 and 2 in here. If Tom is an habit ahead.
Yeah, I'm really liking this format. I mean, with the MPC and Texas both being just heavy match play and differential, it'll be nice to kind of something a little more open.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm glad that doesn't really matter on this one. If you know it's a lost cause, you can just go get breakfast or something.
I mean, Texas was what? Was it 8-person pods or no? It was 16-person pods? I can't even remember. No, it was 8. It was 8-person pods, wasn't it?
I think that's right.
Yeah.
And
it was like, games. And with 2 decks, so it was like this heavy mind game of it was a cool format. I think Robbie said from the beginning, like, hey, this is something different. Let's try it out, see how it goes, see how people feel. So it was neat to try it out, something new, but that being the other major right after the MPC, which of course is even more so tech for your opponents. And then of course the top 16 for Texas was also more, not that I was in it, but this is neat that I think we'll see a little different with the new set out too. Different meta.
So ISB moves Vader and the patrol out to the docking bay, but leaves Eistert in the cantina. We know Tom's got Clash in the deck. We've seen it drawn a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
That could be risky if he got it in hand, possibly with the Chewy pool.
Right.
Or actually, no, Vader's immune to Flash, isn't he? Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's no bad name this one. Just like that. This will just chip away at Crypto's life force to the point where he's going to have trouble having enough force to battle, move, all that stuff.
You know, if Run Luke Run is in the lost pile, I haven't seen it go yet.
Yeah. I haven't found that's floating around.
About Kelly with 3 draws. Barrett was to track the draw. Just slowly chipping away at the characters left on the board.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Well, there's the more activation. Well, that's a 1-1 though, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's an interesting one. I don't know if I've seen the blockade docking bay in the deck for a long time.
Yeah. One of the advantages is it can't be projection.
Yep. It's another transit from free, so
nice.
kind of the game plan is just to bounce around whatever planet you need to be on.
Yeah.
Back and forth. Yeah, so Cryptos was Elsip and Gideon.
Yeah, and he'll just chip away with these space trains.
Words.
Yep, that gets through. So it is looking like the 3-0s are going to be Bastion, obviously Tom,
yep.
And maybe London Sean? He's playing DDM. That must be the EBO TTO matchup. Okay, so this one wraps up. Good game, both players, Crypto and Tom.
Yep.
Watch step wins. Pretty medium size victory. But yeah, let's pop out.